They waited a whole year for this. The Madison Lynx, looking to break away from the pack at 3-1, take on an old familiar nemesis, the Albuquerque Adams, here from Madison, Wisconsin. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Nordup, and with me in the booth this week is Alden Bleeker.
Hey, it is going to be a fantastic game. As you mentioned in the introduction to this game, a rematch of last season's SFLm championship. Both of these teams getting a chance to go at each other again. And meanwhile, two teams in different positions. The Lynx looking to break away from the pack at 3-1. And meanwhile, Albuquerque looking to return to their winning ways here.
Switch Thumper has been the SFLm's best quarterback in terms of touchdown to interception ratio. 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. And type attack and the rest of the Adams will be on defense first. That vaunted Adams secondary will be surely to test Thumper once again. James Humphreys to kick off for Albuquerque. And we are underway. Return up the middle of the field. This is Dylan Lewis. He'll get knocked back at the 24-yard line where the Lynx will take over first and 10.
Yeah, and it's as you said, the secondary of Albuquerque have been so fearsome all season. 3 of the 5 top interception leaders in the league. Melodious Manning with 3, Alex Marshall with 2, Al Ingram the third with 2, and it's going to be difficult for Switch Thumper to get that ball downfield.
Switch Thumper, the quarterback, he's back to throw, throws over the middle, complete. Across the middle to number 11, Chris Sunseri. He's joined out there by Joe Beasley, Dylan Lewis, of course, the ever-dangerous Ron Ains, the other tight end, Jimmy Foster. Shepard Vicarian is the halfback, and John Smith is the offensive guard. Second and 4. Thumper. Give off to Vicarian. Tackled in a big way, but he picks up the first down at the 34.
Man, and that is just the kind of run that we've seen from Shepard Vicarian all season long, just fearless up the gut. And, you know, it's going to be difficult all day for Madison to pass deep down the field, but hey, maybe they can get the run going.
Thumper in the gun. Now he's back to throws, and it's going to be intercepted. So we don't get to the secondary or the rest of the defense, but already Al Ingram III picks it off.
Yeah, picks up his 3rd of the season, and just a fantastic job out-efforting almost the Madison receivers. Just reads perfectly where that's going to be, and he uses his speed, he uses his athleticism to get there, and he sets up Albuquerque in fantastic position right on the 50-yard line.
Type attack along with Josh Slap, the tailback. Key movers and shakers for this Adams offense. So we get a completion out to the 41-yard line for a catch. That is Idle number 18. Joe Idle on the reception.
Well, Josh Sapp, the running back for Albuquerque, is really one of the big focuses for them on offense, but type attack is no slouch either. Top 5 in passing touchdowns.
Attack fires again, complete. Yardage picked up, that's Idle again.
Yeah, and with a pass there that's showing exactly why he's leading, or is top 5, I should say, in passing touchdowns. You know, the running success of Josh Sapp can really afford him space to pass when it's really firing.
We'll get to the lineups after this play. Attack, play action, fake the slap, fires out, complete. Out of the bunch formation. And here we go with the hurry up. It's Sam Harrison, wide receiver out there. He along with Bob Wood make up the receiving core. along with Finn Riley, new signing at tight end. As this pass is complete, that's Idle again down to the 7. Everybody getting set. Play action.
Oh,
Patak goes down for a huge sack in the backfield. That is number 98 on the sack there for Madison. Play action again. Slap over the middle. And it's going to be a touchdown. Albuquerque scores.
wow. Well, it's so typical of what we see there on Madison on defense, just sending the pressure every drive. Dean Lear getting the sack there on that rapid fire sequence. But again, type attack is so good when his offense can find him space, and using the hurry up offense very early in the game to just establish their own rhythm. That's really what I think you've got to do if you're Albuquerque, is just rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire to try to get around the pressure that Madison's going to send your way.
James Humphreys for the PAT is up and good. With 8:05 to go in the first, it's already 7-0. Albuquerque in front.
Yeah, and capitalizing on fantastic field position that was set up by the interception by Al Ingram III, and that is just a fantastic start as you could hope for if you're an Albuquerque fan or player.
Return by Lewis up the middle, and he'll get tackled at the 20. And the Lynx offense comes out once again.
A second chance, and sometimes this will happen in the SFL. It really is a test of your mental fortitude. Just sometimes something goes wrong on the first drive, and really all you can do is get the ball back, get back out there, and try to have a short memory about it.
Here's Thumper in the gun. He's back to throw. Has a clean pocket. Fires. He completes it this time to his own teammate. Picks up about 9.5 to Lewis. It'll be second and less than 1.
That's about 9 and 10 inches, I would say. That's right. Going to be spotted right on the line, I'd imagine.
The ball is practically resting on the first down. Attack over the...
Ooh.
No, Thumper over the middle. But Ingram the third, breaking that up, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, and it's another instance of Al Ingram just using his athleticism and his reaction. Look at this. He's going to backpedal. But as soon as he has a read on this ball, is just going to jump, and the pressure just leading to this ball falling inertly to the ground, hitting the receiver in the hand. And that's what's so when you're doing so well in this secondary, it just becomes so intimidating for the receivers.
Here's Thumper in the I formation with 3 tight ends. Buchanan gets the ball, picks up the first down with ease to the 33 to match his jersey number. Evan Miller is the defensive end for Albuquerque. Trent Windsor's the inside linebacker, joined out there by Jesus Smith and Luis Quintana. Tavares Jordan, Jacoby Dew are the corners. Alex Marshall, Al Ingram III, and Melonius Manning are the safeties. Thumper over the middle. Lewis again on the grab, picks up 9.5 for another second and very short.
Well, credit to Switch Thumper, not forcing anything that's not there so far this game, just taking the little bit that's afforded to him by this tight coverage by Albuquerque, just a little pitch up the middle there, and doesn't look like it's going to go very far, but it gets 9.
Here's the carrying up the middle, picks up a first down to the 48, and just like that, Madison with the deepest drive penetration of the ball game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And Madison have managed to do it this drive without really needing those, medium to deep drives that Albuquerque have been working so hard to take away. So a good job by Madison to make the adjustment after that first drive interception.
Thumper, quick drop again, fires out. That is Beasley on the reception, picks up 10 before he's shouldered down at the 39-yard line.
And I believe that was that was a Travius Gordon, the cornerback, coming up to make this play right at the down marker. Oh my goodness, just putting his shoulder through this hit.
Here's switch Thumper, 36 yards, has the one interception affecting the rating so far. 1st and 10 at the 39. He's back to throw, fires over the middle, and Lewis drops it. This time he just flat out dropped it.
And Tim House taking a while to get up there. You see that was Jesus Smith again, just from the secondary, making a play by Albuquerque, and the pressure, this pass defense causing the ball to hit the receiver in the hands, and that would have been a very good reception, but turning into nothing because of the pressure that Albuquerque are sending in the secondary.
Thumper, quick drop, fires out Vicarian in the flat and knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That was Gordon who knocked Vicarian out of bounds to set up 3rd and 5.
And that's another way that you can really kind of challenge a secondary that's going so well, is just don't even go after them in the first place. Use one of these designed flat passes or screen passes to just use the speed of your running back.
Foot back, Thumper back to throw, fires over the middle, got a man wide open. That's Siri. Will get knocked down at the 28 to set up a 1st and 10. And Madison keeps the drive going.
Yeah, that is a tough situation to be in, 3rd and medium against such a good secondary, but just showing some confidence are Madison. I really do think that's a confidence builder for them.
Here's Thumper, give off to Vicarian. And Vicarian will pick up 3 yards as he's averaging 4.6 yards a carry here in the early going. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Vicarian picks up 9 yards there on the carry to set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and Al Ingram, the third, stepping up in the secondary there to make that tackle, putting Madison in this situation to have to convert yet again. It's really been Al Ingram has been one of the bigger players on defense so far.
It's really a full yard. They have to get to the 19. Deep drop from Thumper. Fires and caught. Ron Haynes with a spectacular catch. The defender went for the ball, but he came up with air.
Yeah, you can't fault the effort on the part of Jesus Smith. He's gonna take a stab at this and perhaps just mismeasured it a little bit. That's certainly the right idea, but it's just a great job, a great little pitch and catch by Switch Thumper, just placing that over the hands of Jesus Smith.
3 tight ends again. 1st and goal from the 8. Thumper over the middle. Touchdown made, Ron Haynes. And we're an extra point away from a tie.
While Switch Thumper, we looking into this at the start of this game, we talked about how Switch Thumper really needs to be able to connect with his receivers and dictate the offensive flow as part of the passing game. Thumper is tied for first with most total touchdown passes and 4th in passing yards per game. But really, it's been what we've seen all drive, creating space for Dylan Lewis and Joe Beasley, and it's works out perfectly for them. Madison able to set a bit of a tempo of their own here.
Alex Johansson on for the extra point. Snap, spot kick is good. With 3:23 left in the first, we're tied at 7, back where we started. Johansson set to kick off. Kick is away. Will be fielded. A yard deep in the end zone, coming up the middle. Across the 10. He'll get tackled at exactly the 20. Does the return man, that's Wood, number 19. He got lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, the hit stick being laid down by Madison, trying to prove a thing or two of their own on defense here.
Here's Patak. In the gun. Has Slap next to it. Fires. And he tried to go for the other tight end. And Tim House, he sprained his wrist. He still may return. As that pass is incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and it was the pressure that we saw really caused him to have to make a quick decision. I believe it was Joseph Lama that was collapsing the pocket there for Madison.
We'll get you the Albuquerque lineups on offense after this play, which is a Patak throw from the gun. Complete. No, it's dropped. It's dropped on the play. That's Joe Idle that dropped it. He's joined out there by Bob Wood and Sam Harrison at wide receiver. Joe Schlapp is the tailback. Finn Riley is the new signee at tight end, along with Thomas LeClaire. 3rd and 10. This is where Ricky Phillips and TJ Woods make their money if you're Madison. And lined up with 4 wide receivers out. Play action. Throw it on the middle. Caught. First down to the 40-yard line. That is Wood on the reception. Good for the first down, Bob Wood.
Yeah, and it's Ty Patak with great vision, just multiple levels of defense set up by Madison in the middle of the field that have to be gotten past here, and he just throws a dot just up in the air, and that is so good for Madison or for Albuquerque, excuse me, on a drive that looked like it was stalling.
Attack. We'll give out the slap. First carry we've seen from Josh Schlepp, and he's brought down after a pickup of 2. Ricky Phillips is one of the SFLm's leading sackers. He's joined this week by a new signee at defensive tackle, Zebra Veducci, number 66. DJ Woods is the linebacker along with Joseph Lama. Al Farouk Aminu is the other linebacker. Secondary is Xavier Rowe III, Mike Bird at the corners, and Maurice Peterson and Danny Carmichael at the safeties. As we get a 3rd and 8, and Albuquerque goes to hurry up with 4 wide. Here's Patak back to throw, fires down the middle. Oh, it's dropped. Slap had the ball in his hands, but it hit him in the palms and was no dice.
Yeah, exactly, and it's what worked for Albuquerque deeper down the field last time, but one pass hitting him in the hands, and it looks like it may have just sailed past the hands of Slap there.
Punt is away. Sort of a bummer for Albuquerque. They had a good thing going there, but unfortunately the drive stalled out.
Well, and a good thing for Madison, they're going to be in fantastic field position here.
Return to the 26-yard line by Lewis. With 1:55 to go in the quarter. Colin Northrop, Alden Bleeker here on the call with you from Madison, Wisconsin, with the Madison Lynx looking to get some measure of revenge against an Albuquerque Adams team that has seen their title defense off to a rocky start with a 1-3 record through the first 4 weeks of the season. It's Rich Thumper. Nice out route to Dylan Lewis, picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And a fantastic job staying on his feet just to hold on to that one.
It'll be 2nd and 7. This is a Albuquerque team that coming into this game has a minus 18 point differential, so it's really been up to the defense to carry a large majority of the load. Thumper throws, nice one-handed catch up there. That is Sinceri. He'll pick up 6 yards to set up 3rd and 4.
Well, we talked about creating space for the Madison receivers, and that is exactly what is done there by the Madison offensive line, just creating a fantastic pocket for Switch Thumper to set himself up in, and it gives the receivers downfield all the time in the world to run their routes and even get creative.
Quick drop again. Thumper fires out to Vicarian. This time a man's able to meet him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. That's Jesus Smith. And the Lynx will be forced to punt here as we're under now a minute to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Jesus Smith missed that little jump downfield trying to get an interception. Decided he was just going to go up and make this play here.
Return by Wood up to the 34. 35 seconds left in the opening quarter. Well, I have a minute. I want to remind you all to visit the new league website presented by Football Shift at simulationfl.net, featuring all the league highlights, photo galleries, playoff and minor league stats, and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. The all-new league website, www.simulationfl.net. Here's the tack, gives off the slap, his second carry, and Josh Schlapp picks up 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and Josh Schlapp. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have to get his confidence going a little bit after he dropped that pass on 3rd and long in the previous possession. So most likely do the last play of the quarter. It'll be a slap handoff. Josh Schlapp breaks the tackle, shift move, picks up a first down to the 46. We come to the end of the first quarter. We're all tied at 7 apiece. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Well, Alden, we started to see Josh Schlapp run the football. I'm surprised we didn't see more of that in the opening quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. As going into this game, 2nd total in rushing yards and yards per game, 2nd only to Chris Grant Jr. of Annapolis. I really am surprised he's been less of a focus here.
Well, he's a focus to start the quarter. Picks up yardage of about 12 to the Madison 42 for a first down.
And this is more what we've expected of Josh Schlapp, just taking advantage of these blocks up front, finds a little alleyway in the middle, a little shaft of light for him to dance down, and does a great job just picking up some yardage on a play that looked like it was threatening to collapse at the very start. That's really, I think, what's so magical about him is his ability to just find space.
1 receiver out in the pattern, 2 tight ends off to the side. Here's Schlapp. They run to the tight end side. Will net them no yards as Lama and number 25 out there for Madison able to make the combo tackle.
And it's really kind of been a feeling out process. I feel like both of these teams have different things that they do well on defense. Madison really doing well at setting the pressure, leading the league in sacks in multiple categories, and Albuquerque having such a great secondary. It's really been kind of a clash of defensive philosophies.
Attack fires out, complete. That is Thomas LeClaire, the tight end, split out wide. And that sets up a 3rd down and 3 at the Madison 35.
With how well he's been doing this game, he's really kind of gotten fired up. I don't see why you do anything but hand it off to Josh Schlapp here.
We got 1 receiver to the bottom. This is split back, Joker's pair. They're going to throw. Attack down the middle, complete. And a first down, that is to That is to Idle. To the 20-yard line, first down.
I will proudly eat my words here. Just a great job running this little corner route just off the side of this play, and type attack using great vision. I mean, it's the immediate instinct is to hand it off to your running back who's doing so well, but type attack showing that he's no slouch either.
Now they line up Idle tight to the wing, Joker's formation. As Patak had all day to throw and almost threw an interception right to Mike Bird. Second down and 10.
Man, and this has really been such a tough defensive drive by Madison, just showing a lot of heart deep down the field here. Bend don't break philosophy.
There's Finn Riley, number 42. He's the second tight end lined up next to LeClaire. And the pass is complete. That is to Riley. And if he could have stayed in bounds, he could have scored.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's out of bounds at the 8.
Yeah, and a pass that looked a little wobbly coming out of the hand. I mean, a great job to haul this one in, but yeah, just steps out of bounds. I mean, would have been a free strut into the end zone otherwise.
First and goal at the 8. My apologies, that was Rowe the third on the previous deflection, not Bird. My apologies. Number 20, not 21, is protected the end zone.
Oh.
Almost caught, but it's broken up at the last minute. Pass intended for Harrison. And it was Mike Bird, one of the closest defenders to it. No, that was Lama who delivered the hit. No, that was Amu, number 95, delivering the blow. Second and goal.
And it's a great job running the route too. Just the reaction by Madison in the end zone.
Second and goal from the 8. Sack! It'll go down. It's sack time. DJ Woods on a linebacker blitz comes straight up the middle, pushing him back to the 11.
DJ Woods with his third full sack of the season, top 5 in the league as a middle linebacker. So this is not exactly a novelty for Madison. They like that middle linebacker blitz, and it's really produced dividends. So why not?
5 wide against press man coverage. Let's see who wins here. Zach all by himself. He's back to throw. Feels some pressure. Has to run.
Oh.
Gets to the end zone, but he's tackled 1 yard short. It'll be fourth and goal.
Oh, you got to go for the Superman dive there. A great run by Type Attack, who's more known for sitting in the pocket, but just a big block of green space opening up in the middle of the field. You can't blame him for tucking and running there.
This is Humphreys on to try what's nothing more than the length of an extra point to give his team the lead with 7:49 counting to go in the first half. Is up and good. It's now 10-7. Albuquerque out front.
Yeah, and battle of the defenses. Madison bending but not breaking there. What looked like a sure pass for Albuquerque at multiple times, especially that wobbly pass that just happened to step out of bounds. And they're looking like they're gonna try to prove something to win this SFLm championship rematch.
Here's Lewis on the return up to the 24. The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th through the 30th for season 21 kickoff weekend. For room details and a weekend schedule, see hashtag convention alerts in the SFL Discord. Rooms are going fast and some are already sold out. Reserve the special group rate today. We'll see you there. Thumper has to dump this off to the carrion. And he'll get tackled for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nowhere really for Vicarian to go once he received that pass. Just two green and white jerseys directly on top of him.
There's Thumper sitting at 65 yards and 1 interception. I formation. Vicarian. Second man through the hole.
Ooh.
Finding running lanes pretty crowded. Only manages to pick up 2. That's up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, running through just a tunnel of Albuquerque defenders there. Lucky to get a few yards off there.
Now they go trips to the top 4 wide in total. Bumper quick drop. Slam it over the middle, dropped. The receiver looked like he had it. That was Beasley out there, and he just flat out dropped the football. He's lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, and man, Joe Beasley is tied for first in total touchdown receptions. I mean, he's had very soft hands all season. Just a bit of a surprise to see him kind of get hit in the hands and drop it there.
This punt by Ellis. And Wood is standing back to return it. He gets good hang time on this one. Wood will get tackled almost immediately at the 40-yard line. And we got an injury down there. It's Bob Wood, and it doesn't look good. They're calling for the trainer, and Coach Williams, he looks real nervous right now.
Let's have to see what happened here.
Must have been on the way down.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an overextension of the knee or ankle, maybe. I certainly hope it's nothing serious.
Anyway, they'll take over at the 40-yard line, but that's going to be an immediate concern, especially if Bob cannot come back in this ball game. He's to get the slap, and he loses a yard back. Aminu brings him down for a loss.
Yeah, and again, Alfarouq Aminu, the linebacker. So Madison certainly not averse to sending the linebackers into the pocket here.
2nd and 11, offset I. Here's the give to Slap. Slap has room.
Oh, my goodness.
Bump, polished, and cleaned all at once as he gets leveled at the 49 to set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, that was David Wapo, the uncontracted safety coming up to deep into the play there.
3rd and 2, they go with 3 wide. Is Slap again on the carry, and Josh Slap gets a first down to the Madison 45.
Well, little by little, Josh Slap starting to become a bigger and bigger factor in this game. It seems as if they perhaps leaned on Type Attack's arm a bit more than they usually would early on in this game to sort of maybe allow him to come into this game with fresher legs than he usually would, or have fresher legs at the end of the game anyhow.
Here's Patak back to throw. Pass knocked away. That's Aminu again. 2nd and 10.
The big fella showing his versatility. Not only can he come up on the on these send the linebacker plays, but 6'5", 295, he can lurk in the middle of the field and get these pass defense plays going too.
I formation, 3 tight ends. Here's Slap up the middle. Only picks up
Aminu
one.
Again.
Yeah, that's like 2 plays in a row that he's been the one responsible for making the play. 3rd down and 9 from the 45.
Alfarouq Aminu, the big man for Madison, really making his presence felt on this drive.
Again, here's the 5 wide set. Last time we saw this, but Zach took off and ran. Let's see if he does that again. No, he'll throw. Deep catch made. Whoa. What a catch by Idle. No, Harrison out there. Out of bounds at the 28.
Man, and look at this. No reason to challenge this at all. Just a beautiful little out route, corner route hybrid towards the numbers there. Just a fantastic piece of athleticism to turn towards this pass and land on both feet and just fall gently to the ground. What a fantastic reception, but also what a fantastic pass by Type Attack to set it up.
Attack. He fires out the slap. Slap has room, breaks a tackle, but DJ Woods brings him down a yard short of the sticks at the 19. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Man, and that's Josh Slap. So he's showing that, even if he hasn't been able to run with the usual freedom that he would usually expect, he's able to get involved in this passing game. And Type Attack has, to his credit, has really answered to this occasion.
2nd and 1, I formation. Josh Slap.
Oh,
You lose 3 yards back to the 22. What a brilliant tackle made in the open field by Danny Carmichael.
yeah, and that's just one of those really narrow blocks where you try to kind of push him away, but Danny Carmichael just ends up kind of pushing back and pushing around the side of the pocket there.
Play action, attack, pumps, goes over the middle, a slap. Who holds onto the ball this time and gets it down to the 16.
Oh, Madison are going to be wondering who was supposed to be covering Slap there. I think you'll see some fingers being pointed in the huddle there, because he was just able to stand in the middle of that play, and Type Attack pumped once trying to find something downfield, and he just sees, oh, I got someone right in the middle of the field here.
He's good to slap, and he'll lose 3 yards. Back, that's Ricky Phillipson on the tackle. First time we called his name today.
Yeah, and Madison really sending a lot of pressure towards Albuquerque. They've reacted well, but this is really what Madison wants to do on defense. This is their game plan in full effect.
2 receivers to the top of your screen, but Jack under some heat, lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown to Harrison. And the Adams lead is 6 pending the extra point.
Man, and Type Attack top 5 in passing touchdowns. He'll add his 5th now to that total. And it's just an instance of, like we said, on that very first drive of the Adams being able to set their own rhythm, set their own cadence. And rather than the rapid fire, no huddle offense that they used on the very first drive, here they're able to use a mixture of passes and runs. That fantastic little dot that's thrown by Type Attack towards the sideline gets him a big chunk of yardage, and Albuquerque not caving to the pressure that Madison are throwing their way on defense.
Now 17-7 with 2:27 to go in the second quarter. Humphreys set to kick off to Dylan Lewis. Kickoff is away. Lewis fields a yard deep out of his end zone. Up the middle he comes, trying to make a cut. He'll get past the 20 to the 22-yard line, where they will start. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action, and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. We get a flag down, it'll be a free play, which is a bummer for the Adams because it resulted in a huge sack for Thumper that will be wiped away. Let's see what the penalty is on. That defensive
little
end
jumpy.
of Miller.
Yeah, a little jumpy by the Albuquerque front line.
6'3", 260 pounds. Trying to get a head start, but unable to get very far. We reached a 2-minute warning. Madison finds themselves down by 10, 17-7. So they'll get a 1st and 5 as a result of the infraction. Thumper throws over the middle. Catch made. First down to the 33. Sinceri again gets it just past the line while carrying 2 defenders on his back.
Yeah, it's just a very resilient play to hold on, not only to hold on to that with the 2 receivers, but to get it across the first down marker. And Madison just marching is the name of the game here.
Here's the carrying up the middle. He's unable to find a big hole. Ooh, Bob Wood fractured his arm. He'll be out for the rest of the game. It'll be interesting to see how they compensate.
Yeah, well, Type Attack has been doing a pretty good job passing, with the injury, but, certainly as a quarterback, you'd rather have more options, not less, to put it mildly.
Throw over the middle, tipped in, incomplete. Pressure was applied by Miller. It's 3rd down and 7 with 64 seconds left. We get this shot of Trent Windsor was the guy who knocked it away and it looked like it hit him in the helmet.
Well, and this is a very important conversion opportunity for Madison because, as you'll recall, Albuquerque decided to defend in the first half, which means they get the ball in the second.
Good point. It's 3rd and 7. They go with 3 wide. Thumper, 7-step drop. Lets this.
Oh!
And catch made. That's Beasley, who had to drop earlier. He gets them all the way down to the 14, and they call timeout with 57 seconds left.
And that was Al Ingram, the third, already has an interception in this game. And that is just a show of trust between quarterback and receiver. Switch Thumper, not afraid to throw it in Al Ingram's direction, even though he has already gotten that interception so far today.
It's throws like that have Switch Thumper rated very highly, perhaps on many SFL teams' draft boards when it comes to looking for quarterbacks. They give the tight end flexed out, and Thumper over the middle of Ron Haynes, down to the 7, and here comes the hurry up. They still have 2 timeouts in their back pocket as we wind under 50. They get set. To the end zone, touchdown! Sinceri catches it in the end zone, and that's the 10th touchdown pass of the year for Switch Thumper.
And a bit wobbly. That may have gotten tipped on the way through, but just a fantastic job by Madison to capitalize on that absolute rainbow down the field thrown by Switch Thumper, and just doing very similar to what Albuquerque did by running the no huddle deep down the field, just dictating the tempo, dictating the flow of offense, and they walk away with 7 yards because they were able to keep Albuquerque on their back foot. What a fantastic drive by Madison.
With 41 seconds left, it's now 17-14 Albuquerque out in front. The lead now down to 3. Was 10 before that sequence of events. Johansson to kick it away. Be interesting to see who the returner is now. It was Bob Wood, but he's out with an injury. Return up the middle, spinning ahead to the 27-yard line. One of the better returns we've seen by the Adams. Number 14, Marcus Brody on the return.
Yeah, and here I almost wonder, Madison have 2 timeouts. I almost wonder if you just want to run the clock down knowing that you get the ball back in the second half.
And they will start with a run to Slap. Slap has plenty of room. There goes Josh Slap. 50, 40, 30. He's got 2 men chasing, and Josh Slap on one play. Touchdown, Albuquerque.
Wow, and Josh Slap has been an absolute lightning bolt down the field all season long. 501 rushing yards and 125 per going into this game, second only to Chris Grant Jr. of Annapolis. And we see how he's picked up so many yards so many yards this season. Just his ability to get open and turn on the Jets. I mean, look at this, 2 men chasing him downfield and with decently close, but he is just gone. He's got, half a car's length between them.
And the extra point, just like that, it's going to be back to a 10-point game. They make this through. Well, Mr. Bleeker, the complexion of this ball game has certainly been flipped on its head.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment as we were heading into halftime about how this is basically a new game, but as Plain Belief says in the chat, the Adams aren't about no comebacks. I mean, they certainly seem to be doing their homework, doing their legwork, making it so that or making it harder on Madison trying to come back into this game.
Kickoff fielded by Lewis. Weaves his way to the 23 and 21 seconds left. What does that offense have to do? They went down the field pretty quickly and efficiently. All of a sudden, they're now staring back at a 10-point hole.
Yeah, and that's going to be frustrating if you're Madison because you're like, oh man, we just got that, that unleash the dragon type of pass downfield, and it got a touchdown off of that. What do we got to do?
Give off to Vicarian. Threads off one man, but he will not get the second. You see the numbers for Shepard. He's 36 yards. Thanks to the big run from Slap, he's up over 100. He's got 109. That's the end of the first half. It's 24-14. Albuquerque in front in this rematch of the Season 6 SFLm Championship game. Holden Bleeker, your thoughts?
Oh man, it's another game, and I mentioned this concept last week where the numbers don't really reflect the full picture. I mean, you look at these numbers and it looks like a fairly even game. And to Madison's credit, they've been good. They've sent pressure on defense. It's made it harder on Albuquerque. They've been able to pass well. They've been able to run well. I mean, we saw that fantastic bomb sent down the field by Ty Patak, getting ready for this new Oppenheimer movie, sending an absolute atomic bomb down the field. But it's really I think Albuquerque have really had just such a complete performance. We saw that fantastic run by Josh Slap really finally getting into the game, even though it's been so much work for Ty Patak or so much effort on Ty Patak's part. But the secondary has been so good as well for Albuquerque. You've got you've got the interception already by Al Ingram III, Melodious Manning and Alex Marshall, Tobias Garden, Jadubi Dew, all getting in there in the mix, and they're really kind of making it hard on Madison. I think Madison is gonna try to be on their back heel, trying to turn things around and have more drives like the one that we see being replayed right here.
Switch thumper finding Joe Beasley and Josh Slap. He really didn't get going much at all that first quarter. Maybe got a couple carries. Second quarter, it's almost like a light bulb went off in the brain trust.
Just a dynamite explosion down the field there.
And the Adams will receive the ball to start the third quarter, up by 10. And Alden, they really have to, the Madison defense really has to stick its neck out, not try to allow anything.
Yeah, I
They
think
want to give themselves a chance.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They really do need to be aggressive and kind of leave their mark on this game. You know, if they want to have a chance, as you say.
Return. Brody up to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Adams will start. They had a one-play drive on their last drive of the first half. See if this is a little bit longer. This will be a 1st and 10 from the 22 type attack. Lined up in the empty shotgun. Josh Schlepp flexed out as a wide receiver. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver to each side. Here they go to the outcut. And, nice play out there on Sam Harrison by number 21, Mike Bird.
Yeah, and just another instance of this is something we've seen fairly commonly in the secondary all day long. Just the ability to send pressure in the secondary and force these passes to hit their intended targets in the hands.
2nd and 10. Attack. 3 wide receivers. Here's to give out the slap. Slap has room. Slap up to the 30. He's past the 40 and will get tackled at the 42-yard line before he can go much further. But, boy, it looked like he was going to bust that one open once he got past the first down line.
Yeah, and it's the blocks up front that really create the space. You know, as we said, that one of the biggest strengths of Josh Slapp as a runner is his ability to just find these little alleyways and just dance his way through.
Bunch formation to the bottom. Single receiver to the top. Press coverage from the Lynx. Play action to Slap. Attack fires. Caught. That is Harrison. Gets out to the Madison 46-yard line. Aminu on the tackle.
Well, and this is just another instance of, oh my goodness, the route running by Albuquerque, the out route towards the numbers, just fantastic, just crossing up the Madison secondary there.
And this is a Albuquerque receiving corps that's not made up a bunch of tall redwoods. I mean, the tallest guy is Joe Idle at 6'3", 195. Bob Wood, who got hurt earlier, is 5'10", 185. Harrison is 6 foot. As that catch is made to the sidelines and out of bounds goes Idle to the 34.
Well, yeah, it's true, as you say, not a lot of tall receivers for Albuquerque, but they are, you know, on the lighter side, and that really kind of allows them to be more agile. Once they have the ball in their hands, it allows them to just kind of turn on the speed and, you know, run these fantastic routes that get past their mark.
Deep drop out of the empty throw, tipped and intercepted. It was tipped twice, and running back the other way with the football is Danny Carmichael. And boy, did the Madison defense need that stop.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, Madison desperate for a stop, and man, a little tip drill in the air, and he's just gonna hunt down this ball. Almost gets a block there. A bit of a half-hearted block there. He maybe could have got at least 20-30 yards more.
Pass intended for Idle. Went off his hands, then went off a defender's hands, and then Carmichael found the ball. We got an F-wing Joker set here by Madison. They're going to swing it out to Vicarian. Trying to make one guy miss, but unable to pick up any yards as he gets tackled at the 27.
That was Jesus Smith again, the outside linebacker being sent up into the pocket.
Yeah, I tell you, Smith is a really good ball player. He's only 6'1", 230 pounds, but can definitely cover, as he's shown there. Little out route to Dylan Lewis will pick up 3 yards, and you see the numbers for Thumper. He's matched Patak in terms of touchdowns to interceptions, but Patak has the yardage edge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it goes to show that as impressive as Josh Slapp has been, Ty Patak has really been picking up his end of the slack as well.
Oh, first time we've seen this look from Madison today. 3rd and 7 out of the gun, straight trip side. Throw over the middle. Beasley unable to get to the sticks. He'll be stopped 2 yards short at the 34.
Yeah, that is tough to take if you're Madison. Man, you got a fantastic interception, but drive just the tail end on your drive just kind of peters out at the very end there.
Ellis again for the punt. This Madison staff, led by head coach James Walters and offensive coordinator Jay Ballmer, have to be frustrated, unable to take advantage of the defense's interception. Coordinator on that side of the ball is Liam Hammer. And Danny Carmichael says, I step away for 2 seconds and I missed the pick. Oh, well, life be like that sometimes. 3 wide receivers. Patak gives off the slap, and Slap tackled by who else? Aminu, number 95. He's filling up the stat sheet. And Slap picks up 3.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, I mean, just making his presence felt. I mean, that's really the surprising thing about Aminu is that not only is he this big, intimidating force, but he's just so athletic behind it.
Empty backfield. Throw. Oh, dropped. Slap had the ball in his hands, but for the second time in this ball game, his hands came up empty.
Yeah, and just an epidemic of that really all game. As good as both quarterbacks have been, just an epidemic of receivers dropping passes after they hit them in the hands.
3rd and 7. Bunch to the top of the screen. Single receiver to the bottom. Slap the tailback in the backfield. Play action to Slap.
Oh,
down
my
he
goodness.
goes. Sack made. And that is the first sack of his career for big number 66, Verducci. Signed in week 4.
And that is just pure unstoppability setting up that sack. It gets to the block and just jumps into the backfield. I mean, my goodness, pure athleticism.
Punt is away, and Lewis on the return will get tackled at the 43. Ever wanted to be the play-by-play or analyst broadcaster in a live SFL game? The SFL is looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the minor league season ahead of the season 21 kickoff in July. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved to get your voice on the call. Switch Thumper. And a 1st and 10 of 43. He's back at Sincere underneath. Picks up 7. And that is the 6th catch on 7 targets for Chris Sincere today.
Yeah, he's really been a reliable hand for Thumper to throw to all game today.
2nd and 3. 2 receivers to the bottom. Thumper back to throw. Going deeper this time. He's got Lewis still at 32.
Wow, and again, it's what we saw from Madison the last time that they scored. Switch Thumper showing some bravery, not afraid to throw into this very, very scary secondary. And in fact, it's not even afraid to throw to his mark, even though Alex Marshall, the free safety for Albuquerque, is right there. And that's I think one of the things that Switch Thumper really brings to a team is just how brave he can be sometimes.
He throws. Oh, that pass is tipped away. That's Al Ingram the third. He has the one interception today. That'll
Yeah,
be second and 10.
and a few pass deflections to his name as well. So he's been very active all day long for Albuquerque.
Ingram the third, 6'2", 205, which out of a strong safety is pretty good size. Here's Vicarian tackled almost immediately. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and look, oh, go on.
It'll be third down and 10, as that was Miller.
Yeah, and looked like he had space to run, but I mean, it just very rapidly disappeared.
Third and 10 from the 32. Remember, they don't have a contracted kicker on their roster at the moment. And they get to Vicarian on third and 10, trying to cross things up. Pushes it a little bit easier into field goal range. It's Marksman, number 55. Moses Marksman, the other defensive end on the stop. This will be a field goal attempt for Alex Johansson from about mid-half. Kick is good from 45. Wow. That's a big leg for a guy who doesn't have a contract to his name. And it's now 24-17 with 4:51 to go in the third.
Yeah, someone signed that guy is all you can really say about that. I mean, just beautiful, right up the middle of the uprights. But again, Madison really able to get past the midfield marker, not quite able to get into the end zone, but I think if they're able to continue to get past the end zone and kind of dictate things on offense on that side of the field, I think they'll be quite successful.
Kickoff, body up the middle, cuts to his right and gets tackled at the 26. This summer you can play the SFL video game on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today. Go Retroid.com, search SFL, or through the all-new league website at simulationfl.net. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Pretty exciting stuff. With the new 4K23 game, it's slapped. Tackled for a loss of 1. Look who it is, DJ Woods.
Yeah, and DJ Woods and Al-Farouq Aminu have both been sent into the secondary with some frequency, and I think that's just is so typical of this Madison defense. They just love to send pressure at you all day long.
Second and 11. Attack back to throw, fires complete. This is to body again. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 33. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, and it's already a very staunch defensive performance by Madison. They're looking to get this ball back already.
Here's Patak. Out route. No!
Wow.
He's out of bounds, and even if he would have caught that.
Yeah, man, if he would have just taken a couple steps, the momentum of that pass would have taken him out anyway. Oh man, and it's such a good little out route too to try to get towards the sticks, but just a bit too shallow there.
Here's the punt away. Old momentum is slowly creeping back in favor of the maroon and orange. Especially if they can get a score here. Lewis tackled at the 34-yard line, where it'll be first down.
Yeah, and you know, as we talked about earlier in this game, it's really been, you know, the point differential that's really hurt so long it hurt all this season for Albuquerque. Minus 18 point differential, and Madison threatening to score even more.
It was a dump off to the fullback, but it looked like we had another encroachment penalty. Let's see who it's on.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99, defense.
That is Creek from Albuquerque. And man, it's not just the yards, but the free down that's going to be such a big deal for Madison.
And that was a negative play, pretty much. Just a short dump, and they get a free 5 yards out of it.
Oh,
Fury dropped the ball. It'll be 2nd and 5, but oh man, he was hit hard on the play. Ball spotted now at the 39.
yeah, I don't know what these either of these teams' stickum budget is, but whatever it is, I'm willing to bet that it's not enough. These hits just jarring jarring these really good passes loose all game long.
He's carrying up the middle. Ooh, he got shouldered down hard by Windsor at the 41. Pickup of 2 to set up a 3rd and 3.
Man, and just a great response by Albuquerque. I mean, they give up the ball, they fight back. I mean, it's really been just a back and forth game. Even though it's a one-score game, it really feels like it's tied almost.
Get to Vicarian again. He doesn't make it. He stopped the yard short at the 43. And once again, the drive ends in disappointment for Madison. Ellis back to punt, standing just past his own 30. Gets it away. Catches made. Oh, but he has room. And he gets all the way out to the 42. Man, if he just got one more block, he might have been able to take it even longer way.
Yeah, and we're gonna see it again. I mean, just one little spin move sets this all up. Maybe gets a little greedy with that second spin move as well, but just using his blocks to get Albuquerque in fantastic field position.
First and 10 at the 42. Type attack. 2 people in the backfield. Josh slapped the tailback. And they'll throw it out to the new fullback, who picks up 4 yards. And that's a story in and of itself. Second and 4. 2nd and 6, rather. We'll get to that story in just a moment. Here's Patak back to throw. Kennedy throws incomplete. Dean Lear applying the hit to set up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and it's an instance of Madison sending the pressure, just forcing type attack to make these quick decisions.
The new generic fullback is Sal Fiore. He's a tribute player to father of Chris Fiore, who passed away this year. That's a nice touch as Harrison makes the catch again to the 43. Man, this kid continues to find ways just to get open in the smallest of space.
Yeah, and it has to happen quickly. As we said, Madison really trying to force down the decision window that type attack has.
Tight ends have caught a couple passes. Riley's caught one. I believe Claire's caught one. A slap is tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah,
Ricky Phillips on the tackle.
and Madison kind of showing shades of what they were doing in the first quarter and parts of the second quarter on defense, just making it so hard for Albuquerque to even move at the top of the play.
Second and 11. Slap out of the backfield this time. Two men get him down at the 40 to set up a 3rd and 7. Jenkins, along with Robe the third, combining on the tackle as we approach the end of the third. This is a critical 3rd down. 4 wide receivers attacking the gun. He's back to throw. Has all day to throw.
Oh,
Pass is dropped. The pass is dropped. Sam Harrison had it in his hands, but Wapo was right there, and Bennington will be on for a punt. Oh boy.
yeah, absolutely. And it's the deep pass defense there by Madison. You know, they realized that that's been so successful for them in terms of getting it past the half, the 50-yard line, excuse me. And so Albuquerque deciding to try to do the same thing there, but Madison ready for it because they've been doing it.
Punt is away. Ooh, and will be that rolls into the end zone. They're unable to stop it. Ball will come out to the 20. We'll get one more play before the end of the third quarter. Switch thumper. He's at his moments today. See if he can continue his magic here. He's back to throw in the middle. Sincere on the edge. Picks up 5, but he goes down with authority as Windsor knocks him down. That's the end of the third quarter. Put your 86s, 12s, 4s up in the chat. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. Explore their library, and to find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com. Switch thumper deep, catch is somehow made in double coverage. Dylan Lewis, you are ridiculous.
Yeah, and speaking of productions, I mean Madison putting on a little production of their own there. I mean the routes down the field to sell this corner route at the very top of the field, and Madison have had uncharacteristic success, or I should say uncharacteristic, relative to how much other teams have struggled against this Albuquerque secondary.
That's the craziest pass we've seen from Switch Thumper so far. As he completes another one this time, another post batted over the middle. Catch made. That is Sincere. Number 11, Chris Sincere. He might not be a household name compared to some of his other more well-known two-way teammates, but he's been a key player in my eyes today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, we talked about Dylan Lewis and Joe Beasley, you know, being top 5 in, you know, respective categories, but you know, he's shown that he's a contender for this upcoming draft as well.
There's the carry, and on the backfield picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Colin Nordrup, Alden Bleeker here on the call with you as the Madison Lynx 3-1 taking on the opponent they lost to in the championship game a year ago, the Albuquerque Adams, who are uncharacteristic 1-3, but have not played like they were.
Wow.
As Beasley fell down. It looked like he was past the sticks, but they'll say he's just short. And let's say hello once again to our friend, Mr. Inches.
Yeah, I think that almost might be worth challenging. That was so close to the sticks. Wow, and look how close they spotted it even.
Wow, the ball's practically resting on the first down mark. Switch Stumper can just fall forward. They get to Vicarian, he easily gets the first down.
Yeah, that close. Why not call a quarterback sneak
I mean, yeah, that's a
or
pretty
quarterback dive even?
logical explanation. I mean, Switch Stumper's 6'4", 225 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
He can just lean forward to get it. But Vicarian got it anyway. Receiver wing up. Vicarian found a little bit of daylight, picked up 5 yards. He'll be tackled at the 17.
Well, there's the argument for Shepherd Vicarian, I suppose. You know, finding that little bit of space in in a part of the field that looked like it was going to be shut down pretty quickly, but he finds that little bit of space and he picks up 5 solid yards.
Here's Vicarian, lined up at 3 tight ends. Blitz comes, Vicarian breaks the tackle, and will surge forward to the 13 to set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and oh man, this is gonna be a big, I feel like, pivotal point in this game for Albuquerque, whether they get nothing, 3 points or 7. This is just such a huge opportunity for Albuquerque to get it into the end zone and then get a stop on the other end.
Here's Vicarian, he didn't get it. Tackle made on the play. A yard short of 6. There's House again. He had the injury earlier, and Johansson will be on for the field goal attempt.
An appropriate name for Tim House because he just put up a brick wall at the end of this play, and it looks like they might be going for it. Wow, I commend this. I commend this call.
Are they going to snap it? Play clock at 7. And the call time with 6:46 left to go in the game. And head coach James Walters.
Yeah,
it's an explanation from Thumper.
Yeah, it's definitely worth trying to work the count there, but I think once you get down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and it's clear the other team's not baiting, I think you got to snap it.
I'll try a field goal attempt. Johansson made one from 45.
It's certainly a lot easier than the last.
To line up right hash. Should be shorter distance. It's good from 29 with 6:43 to go in the ball game. It's now 24-20. Remember the final score between these teams in the championship game was 26-23. So
yeah,
these teams, no strangers to real close contests.
Well, and Madison, it really feels like setting up for an exciting finish. This is such a huge opportunity for Madison to get a stop here, and it really feels like Albuquerque needs to do something here. They need to put points on the board to put some distance between themselves and Madison.
Kickoff is away. Body on the return. He's got room up to the 27 he goes. It's going to be a wild offseason, and no day will showcase that better than the opening day of free agency. Join Cameron Irvine and rotating guests throughout the day to watch free agents come across the wire in real time with reactions, interviews, and updated team build information. The frenzy starts Monday, June 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern on SFL YouTube. The tax pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Lear. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and expect Madison to be very active all over this drive.
6:35. Counting. Type attack, one of several returning SFLm players across the league, along with his teammates, running back Josh Schlapp, He's back to throw. Fires. Catch made. What a catch. That is Sam Harrison. He had a drop earlier. It's a 6 grab for 84 yards. And oh my goodness, just look at this.
Yeah, and he does a good job to get past his man, and that's David Wapo, the non-contracted strong safety, does a good job to get his hands up, but man, just jumps in Wapo's face to pull that one down.
Here's Slap. Gets the carry. Josh Slap picks up 7. Clock approaches under 6 to go.
Yeah, and Madison really, it's a little too early to talk about this, but Madison, I think, really strategically want that 2-minute warning as the third timeout. They're going to be very, very cautious about how they manage the clock here.
Especially considering they burned 1 timeout on their previous drive. Slap on the carry. First down to the 40. Row the third on the tackle as we're now 5:30 and counting.
Yeah, and it's Slap doing a great job just taking this handoff and just running it up the gut, taking advantage of his space, very agile, very athletic running back. It feels like we're a bit of a broken record at this point, but that is really what he does so well. Is just slipping through these little alleyways in the middle of the field.
Here's Slap. Oh, he's tackled in the backfield for a loss. And look who it is. Aminu again.
Al-Farouq Aminu just made such a big player for Madison in both senses of the word big. He both has done a lot and he's a big presence on the field, a big physical presence.
2nd and 11. They're lined up in the shotgun. They're going to throw. The tack has to be careful. Oh, pass tipped in, incomplete. Looking for Joe Idle. But Carmichael had other ideas. He said, not today.
Yeah, what a disaster. What a disastrous field position for Albuquerque for that a theoretical interception to have occurred. And I mean, that would have been going the other way.
3rd and 11, 4:38 to go. 4-point game. Play action, Batak fires. It's going to be short of the sticks.
Wow.
Body will end up 6 yards short of the sticks as the tackle is made at the 35. And Alden Bleeker, these sort of things, if you're
and they're
sitting
punting.
down, you might as well be wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, and they're punting. This is a full stop for Madison. I thought they might have a shot at a long field goal, but they are punting.
Must not trust Humphrey's range. As they'll try to coffin corner this one. Works out beautifully inside the 20. They'll mark it at the 12.
Wow. So with Albuquerque opting for the punt rather than a long field goal, this is not just an opportunity for Madison to come back to tie this. This is an opportunity for them to finally take command and kind of take destiny into their own hands here.
Indeed. A thumper over the middle. Catch made, Ron Haynes. How did he do it? I thought it was going to be picked off for sure. But instead, the big tight end just grabs it out of the air.
And they're doing it again. They get these medium long passes and then they run no huddle.
Vicarian out of the backfield swings, only picks up 1 to the 35.
Madison using their time very aggressively in case they need to use more of it later.
Here's Haynes over the middle, first down. And it looks like they're going to slow down now as the clock winds, 3:19 and counting.
Wow, and that is just such a great sequence by Madison, just keeping Albuquerque's secondary on their back foot. It's such a variety of passes even within that one formation. It makes it so hard to read by Albuquerque.
This is split back jokers. Haven't seen this today. Thumper down the middle, fullback spinning behind him, trying to catch the ball. Sean Baker unable to come up with it.
Yeah, and it's such a great route too. I mean, just a little bit overthrown, hits him in the shoulder, in the right bicep, but it's that is such a good throw, and it's how Madison have succeeded on the passing attack of, having these medium term, long term passes, and then just hitting these drumbeat no huddle plays on Albuquerque.
He's carrying up the middle,
And
sets up a 3rd and 6.
I almost think you have to go for it on fourth.
Yeah, I think you have 2 downs to get 6. No, it'll be a run,
Oh,
and then lose yardage back to the 49.
well, man, this is so tough. I mean, you have that 2-minute warning that's effectively a timeout, but Albuquerque could get a first down and go the distance on you. Yeah, and then they're gonna go for it.
Here's Thumper. He's back to throw. Pressure, tipped and incomplete. Albuquerque takes over on downs at the Madison 49.
Yeah, and it's Trent Windsor playing up on this pass, just taking great advantage of how much pressure Switch Thumper is under on this play. Just backpedal, lurking in the middle of the field, and just does a great job to get to this. And I would be very surprised if we see Albuquerque throw even once on this drive. I think they're going to try to milk the clock. I think they're going to try to get a touchdown without risking an interception.
They line up with 3 people in the backfield. Josh Slap on the carry, and Slap gets 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5, and they'll run this down to the 2-minute warning. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's a 4-point game, 24-20. Albuquerque out in front. Madison trying to pull off the comeback. Two-minute warning, 2nd and 5 from the Madison 44. Josh Slap on the carry. Ooh, he nearly got the first down. And the Lynx have to use their 2nd timeout. They're down to 1.
And I think that's worth challenging, but we're inside the 2-minute warning, so only the booth can call for a challenge there.
3rd and inch. The fate of this ball game rests on this play. The ball's practically sitting on the first down mark. Slap gets it with ease to the 35, and the Lynx call their last timeout with 1 minute and 53 seconds.
Yeah, and this game is not quite over yet. Albuquerque still need, I believe, to get one more first down in terms of how the math works, but yeah, this is going to be the last stand for Madison here. Oh no, I take it back. Yeah, that will be
They're
the
gonna
game for
just kneel
Albuquerque.
it down.
Yeah, math is hard. Math is hard and scary. Um, but yeah, this was just such a good job holding on by Albuquerque type attack, shouldering a fair bit of the load on offense. But Josh Slap also doing a lot. Joe Idle, Sam Harrison, even Thomas Leclaire and Finn Riley to a point showing up on offense. And it was really, if you think about what the main point of difference was, you got to go back to that interception by Al Ingram III very early on in this first half, and that that one interception that turned into a touchdown really kind of set the tone for Albuquerque and allowed them to stave off this comeback, and they're going to walk away from this SFLM championship rematch the victors in yet another close game scored by a possession and a half.
The Adams will move to 2 and 3, and the Lynx will drop to 3 and 2. So it only serves to muddy up the standings just a little bit. They
Yeah,
don't have to.
absolutely. It's a positive step by Albuquerque, who were sort of on the schneid to begin the season, and Madison, who had a strong start, are now going to be looking to finish strong. Albuquerque looking to get their point differential up there and really kind of improve their tiebreakers, and Madison looking to finish strong.
That's the final score. Uh, 24 to 20. The Albuquerque Adams come out on top against the Madison Lynx. We take a look at the statistics here. Do they tell the story? Maybe, maybe not.
It's deceptive. All those numbers are very similar, but there's one stat that I think you really have to look at in that head to head, and it's the rushing yards. Josh Slapp with that huge touchdown run, streak of lightning touchdown run earlier in the game, and just his ability to get these first downs, to get chunk yardage, 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards at a time, really made it difficult for Madison's offense to know what to run, to prepare for type attacks, passing, or Josh Slapp's run. And Albuquerque's offense has really been driven in such big part by Josh Slapp. I think they really kind of found a balance on offense that really could work for them if they stick with it for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Manu finishes with 8 tackles, highest among all contracted players. Ron Haynes, he came up big with some catches there, including that one. Switch Stumper finishes with 252 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Play the game is Josh Slapp. 156 rushing yards, 18 receiving yards, and a touchdown on 22 carries for Alden Bleecker. I'm Colin Northrup. Thank you, and good night, everyone.